horizon, the world split open wide. Last time on the highway looking half alive. Screens preach fire like the book of Revelation, but I've walked through hell without a destination. Boots in the ashes where the lost don't speak. Hope buried shallow from a long hard week. Good men fall trying to feed their young, while prophets shout lies with a silver tongue. But even as the sky turns black and thunder shakes this broken land, I keep moving through the fire. I was born to make a stand, and my boots still hit this ground. When the whole damn world breaks down, if the heavens crack and the storms rain down, I won't be the one who's ever found drowned. Long as fire keeps my heartbeat loud, yeah, my boots still hit this ground. Yeah, my boots still hit this ground. Highways look like graveyards stretching night to night. Billboards burned out like they lost the will to fight. Some die for borders marked by ancient kings. Some bleed for flags tied on invisible strings. Leaders stand tall on their rusted thrones, speaking like gods while they break our homes. Families fade under a storm that never ends, praying for mercy where the sky won't bend. And though the fire circles in and shadows drag across this town, I walk on through the rising smoke. The storm won't take me down. Yeah, my boots still hit this ground. When the whole damn world breaks down, when angels fall and demons crowd, when truth gets lost beneath the sound, I walk on with a rebel's vow, and my boots still hit this ground. My boots still hit this ground. If the world must end, then let it end in flame. But I'll keep walking till the sky remembers my name. If the four horsemen ride, let them ride on by. I vowed walk death under blood-red skies. And if judgment falls with a roaring sound, I'll still be here, boots on the ground. 'Cause my boots still hit this ground. Even when the stars fall down, world may tremble, kingdoms drown, but I rise each time I hear that sound. If the end comes trying to hunt me down, it'll face me standing proud. 'Cause my boots still hit this ground. Yeah, my boots still hit this ground. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, my boots still hit this ground. Oh, 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 oh. If the world ends tonight, it ends with me still walking. Used to care what they'd all say, tried to keep my demons tucked away. Wore the mask, played the part, now I just play the blackened heart. Ain't here for applause or peace, I came to break and not to please. If I'm cold, it's 'cause I learned the world don't love what's unreturned. I stopped giving a damn. Dropped away, let it slam. No more begging, no more bam. I don't break, I don't pretend. You can talk, you can pray. I ain't changing anyway. This is who I finally am. I stopped giving a damn. Wasted time on should've been, but should've don't ride in the wind. I lost folks trying to be right. Now I lose them by sleeping fine at night. I stopped giving a damn. Let the past burn where it stands. No rewrite, no grand design. Just smoke and a clearer mind. Say I'm cold, say I'm cruel, but I just quit playing the fool. I got no master, no exam. I stopped giving a damn. If peace comes dressed like chains, I'll take the noise, I'll take the flames. I stopped giving a damn and found out who I really am. No redemption, no soft hand, just the truth and desert sand. You want calm, I'm the storm. You want sweet, I was never born. Keep your rules, keep your sham. I stopped giving a damn. I got stories in my veins, ones I never dared to tell. Dusted truths and broken notes that kept me walking close to hell. And every night the dog gets louder, calling debts I ain't paid yet. These are sands I haven't sung yet, buried deep where fire sleeps. If I ever let them surface, they'll wake the ghosts I couldn't keep. I ain't holy, I ain't honey, but the past ain't done. left some names beneath the gravel. Pray their shadows stayed beneath. Every scar I try to silence turns to thunder in my chest. These are sins I haven't sung yet, and they're burning at the seams. If I ever let them out, boy, they'll rewrite the man I've been. I ain't blessed yet, I ain't broken, but there's truth I still regret. These are sins I haven't sung yet, but the night won't let me forget. Oh, some secrets ain't forgiven. Some songs stay unforgiven. These are sins I haven't sung yet, and I fear the day I do. Oh, still wet with yesterday's rain. Blood still hums like a runaway train. I burn my maps, I curse the bend, but the roads got my name again. Try to hide where the silence bleeds. Try to drown in my own misdeeds, but the dirt just smiled and said, boy, you're better when you're dead. The road's got my name again. It knows my heart, it knows my end. No home, no rest, no friend, just the wheel that won't bend. filled, 6 sins confessed. I carry judgment close to my chest. Every round has a tale it tells, but only me and the devil count the shells. Black powder prayers whispered at night. I reload faith, one shot at a time. They say hell waits, patient and calm. Well, the devil knows which side I'm on. The devil counts my bullets, numbers every sin. One by one in the barrel spun, knows exactly where I've been. The devil counts my bullets, waits for me to fall. But as long as I've got rounds to spend, I'm answering that call. Some bullets marked for mercy, some for pain. Some carry secrets I can't explain. Finger on the trigger, steady as grace. One step ahead in this endless chase. Dust behind, darkness ahead. No rest till my reckoning's fed. When chambers empty and echoes fade, the devil and I got debts to trade. The devil counts my bullets, numbers every sin. One by one in the barrel spun, knows exactly where I've been. The devil counts my bullets, waits for me to fall. But as long as I've got rounds to spend, I'm answering that call. I hear him counting in the silence. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got bullets left to bargain. Still he's counting, wanting more. The devil counts my bullets, numbers every sin. One by one in the barrel spun, knows exactly where I've been. The devil counts my bullets, waits for me to fall. But as long as I've got rounds to spend, I'm answering that call. 1, 2, 3, 4. Me and Jack rode through the years, dust and blood, the same old gear. He spoke of heaven, I spoke of sin. He wanted out, I stayed in. He said, boy, one day we'll find home. I said, hell's the only road I've known. He was the last good man I knew. Ain't no saint, but he stayed true. He kept his word, he paid his due. The last good man I knew. He found peace, I found the fight. He built a life, I built the night. He wrote to me, said, don't look back. I poured one shot and stayed off track. One day the letter came too late. Said he met his final fate. He was the last good man I knew, buried deep where the wind blew through. If heaven's real, I hope it's true, for the last good man I knew. I don't pray and I don't kneel, but I remember how he made me feel. He fought clean, I fought mean. He died young, I stayed unseen. Now I ride with his ghost behind. Every mile rewrites the line. He was the last good man I knew, taught me what a man should do. No lies, no deals, no rescue. The last good man I knew. The last good man I knew. The last good man I knew. Been buried twice, but I kept the dirt. You can't teach a ghost how to hurt.
Took a bullet from a preacher's life, spat it back and watched him cry. God said, boy, don't you kneel. I said, I don't talk to what I can't feel.
I'm too stubborn to die,
Too mean to fake,
my soul's a dead.
but I never paid.
If the devil wants a piece of me, he'll have to bleed to get it free.
The law gave chase, the night gave cover. I danced with death like an old lover. The stars burned low, the whiskey burned right. Everyone became alive.
I'm too stubborn to die, too proud to pray.
I was born to crawl the hard man's way.
The fire won't quit and neither will I. Call me cursed, I call it a lie. Ain't no peace in the dirt, no truth in the sky. Just a man too damn proud to say goodbye. So when you call my name, carve it deep, tell the worms I don't sleep. I'm too stubborn to die, outlast the flame. You can bury the body, not the name. My bones will hum this outlaw hymn till the dust gets tired of holding him. They said hell waits down below. I laughed, said brother, I already know. Been kissed by flames, slept in the smoke, walked where the saints and devils broke. through towns that don't exist, spoke to ghosts with blood and fist. A cross on fire don't make me pray, just lights the road I ride today. Hell don't scare me, I've seen worse in men. I carry sins that burn the sky and ride back out again. They broke my bones but left my will buried deep and colder still. But fire can't claim what's already ash, and I'm the spark that won't be thrashed. A wanted sign in every town, but death gave up trying to put me down. I don't kneel, I don't repent, I just burn what can't be bent. Hell don't scare me, I've earned my flames in full. Let judgment ride on broken wheels, I'll face it like a bull. They say the end comes wrapped in fire, but I've lived inside the pyre. If hell is home for men like me, then light the gate and toss the key. Hell don't scare me, I ride through fire and bone. The devil tips his hat to me, but I ride on I gave mercy once, left the hammer still. Watched you crawl, let you cheat the kill. But kindness don't bloom in desert bones, it dries and breaks beneath the stones. I gave mercy once, that was my first mistake. Now I ride with fire in my lungs, and hell don't let me break. You prayed, I paused, I turned my eye, but snakes don't weep when good men die. You kissed the dirt and rose with lies. Now I carve truth in where it hides. I gave mercy once, the dead got paid in blood. Now every town that hears my name knows not to trust the mud. mercy's just a pretty word for cowards dressed in white. But I wear black and dust and flame, and I don't flinch at night. I gave mercy once, it rotted in my chest. Now I ride for no salvation, just the ones who failed my test. I held my fire, bit my tongue, watched the wicked praise their young. Gave my mercy, gave my trust, all it earned me was the dust. I prayed till even God went still, waited for grace that never will. The sky just watched while I was torn, now lightning's how I'm reborn. God knows I tried to be kind, left my gun and pain behind. But this world don't heal the blind, it breaks the hearts that try to find. God knows I tried, yeah, God knows I tried. They took my word and turned it black, smiled and stabbed me in the back, said forgive, but they don't know. Forgiveness bleeds too fast to grow. My shadow learned what angels hide. Mercy's grave is deep and wide. Now every scar I wear in red was inked by lies the good men said. God knows I tried to be kind, held my peace while losing mine. But silence feeds the hands that bind, and I ain't bowing one more time. God knows I tried, yeah, God knows I tried. God knows I tried. I ain't his preacher, I ain't his son. I'm the reckoning that's just begun. If heaven's gate don't swing my way, I'll find my own through fire and clay. God knows I tried to be kind, but no one cared, no one mind. Now my soul walks razor line between the damned and the divine. God knows I tried, yeah, God knows I tried. Don't survive out here. Out here.
cussing my name for years, but I just light another smoke and let it preach.
I dug my grave just to rest a while, but the dirt said, boy, that ain't your style. I prayed for peace, got thunder instead. Guess some men rest better when they're dead. I try to be tired, but my blood won't sleep. The scars still talk, the cuts run deep. Every breath's a fight I already lost, but I still grin no matter the cost. The bottle said stop, the mirror said go. My hands don't shake, they just reload. Ain't no pillow for a soul like mine, just the sound of boots keeping time. I try to be tired, but the fire won't fade. Hell's got room, but I ain't stayed. I wear my hurt like a crown of white. Too cold for peace, too proud for fight.
The ground won't hold a restless heart. If the reaper comes, he best come fast. I don't rest, I outlast.
I try to be tired, but I burn instead. The sleep I lost is the life I bled. Ain't no mercy left in my song. Just one man too hard to stay gone, gone, gone. Like silence at my gate. No eyes, no face, just hands of fate. Whispered low, your saddle's set, but I ain't done with living yet. He reached for reins I never gave. Said every outlaw finds a grave. But I was carved from smoke and scars. I ride too wild, I fall too hard. I felt the chill behind my spine, but death don't ride when the fire's mine. Don't let death ride shotgun. He don't ask, he just comes. Keep your eyes sharp, your grip tight. One blink and he'll steal the night. He's patient, cruel, and dressed in dust, but he don't get to ride with us. He's ridden next to kings and liars, lit a cig on holy fires. But this heart's still loud, this blood's still bold, and I ain't ready to be cold. They say he waits at every bend, but not all roads are made to end. So if he calls, don't turn your head. Ride faster, burn the thread. Don't let death ride shotgun. He's got no place beneath your sun. Tell him you've still got blood to spill and ghosts to fight and dreams to kill. He don't ride where fire still runs. Not with you, not with me, not under no
I carved my name in lead and flame. Never begged, never played their game. Every sin wore my own face, and every law I did erase. They called me justice, called me shame, but both ride hard and die the same. I've got one more bullet than regret, one more line I won't forget. They bury truth in blood and sand, but I still ride gun in hand. I kissed death behind the church, left a crossless trail in fire and lurch. The preachers ran, the sheriffs prayed, but the devil's deal was one I made. No halo fits a head like mine, but I wear ash just fine. I've got one more bullet than regret, a past I drink and can't forget. My name don't echo, it explodes through every town I rode. Outrun the things you've done, but you can meet them at the sun. Face the fire with open eyes, or right behind your own disguise. I've got one more bullet than regret, a soul unburied, not dead yet. They'll write no prayer, no last request. Just say nothing above, just smoke in my chest where they buried my love. They prayed I'd break, but I built my throne on the bones of the ones who left me alone. Don't talk a lie when the sky turned black. Don't offer peace, I ain't looking back. There's hell beneath my boots, hear the fire scream. Every step I take splits a devil's dream. I walk through ash, I ride through pain. My blood is rust, my heart's a chain. You want mercy, then move aside. I bring storms when I ride. No cross to bear, no grave to find, just a fire-fed curse in a land gone blind. They made a weapon, now they beg out too late now. There's hell beneath my boots, feel the fury bite. I've walked too long through endless night. I burn what's false, I crush what's weak. My silence louder than cowards speak. You want heaven, I ain't your row. I bring the fire, I put the light out. I met the Reaper at the edge of flame. He smiled slow when he called my name. I said, you can have the skin I wear, but a soul stays, you don't go there. I made the deal, I shook his hand. I walk in ash, but I still stand. The Reaper gets my flesh and bone, but his soul rides with me alone. He carved his mark across my chest, told me I'd ride without the rest. But I don't break and I don't bend. I ride hollow, but I don't end. I made the deal, I shook his hand. I walk in ash, but I still stand. The Reaper gets my flesh and bone, but a soul rides with me alone. Time, but I traded skin to hold what's mine. The Reaper grins, but he won't win. I'm still riding with her within. I made the deal, I shook his hand. I walk in ash, but I still stand. The Reaper gets my flesh and bone, but her soul rides with me alone.
They say every man's got a price. Guess mine was a little too cheap. I sold my peace for the sound of guns, traded dawns for dying suns, made my name where the lost men bleed, man like me. I fed my faith to the desert sand, watched it slip right through my hand. Now every prayer feels like deceit, and every truth tastes bittersweet. I pay the ransom of a broken conscience with the lies I chose to live. No holy man can clear this debt, no mercy left to give. Yeah, I pay the ransom of a broken conscience, and I still ride with what it is. I saw my shadow kneel one night under fire instead of light. He said, boy, you ain't lost a fight, you just learned what wrong feels right. Now the preacher talks of sin and grace, but I've seen both with the same face. And if the Lord still takes returns, he'll have to wait. I've got miles to burn. I don't owe heaven my story. It already turned the page. I paid the ransom of a broken conscience with the blood that truth demands. The cross I wear don't mean salvation, just the weight of my own hands. Yeah, I paid the ransom of a broken conscience, and I'll pay it till I stand. I paid the ransom of a broken conscience and found no peace and gold. The road remembers what I've done, even when I'm cold. Yeah, I pay the ransom of a broken conscience, and that's a story told.
Freedom's cheap when your soul's on sale.
The sheriff stared with a steady eye, said, I've sent men low, I've watched them die. But I have one question before I go. Who guards the dead when the law says no? The sheriff's question cut the night. Who holds the dark when there's no light? No badge, no gun, no soul confession. Just the silence left from the sheriff's question. He wore his star like a crown of rust, said I buried men I could never trust. If death's the jailer, if hell's the cell, tell me, Reaper, who keeps it well? The sheriff's question cut the night. Who holds the dark when there's no light? No badge, no gun, no soul confession. Just the silence left from the sheriff's question. His glass held high, said, son, the grave
sheriff's question.
From the sheriff's question.
Let me sing you a song, boy. The kind you only hear once. Are you ready to listen? Are you ready to ride? Came to my fire in the cold night air, smoke in his eyes and a hollow stare. He said, son, the road don't end with dawn, but every man carries his final song. When death came singing, I couldn't turn away. The voice of forever in the chords he played. Not a curse, not a blessing, just the truth so near. When death came singing, I could finally hear. The strings were thunder, the notes were flame. Every line he sang carried my name. He said, boy, the grave don't steal your breath, it just writes the chorus you left unsaid. When death came singing, I couldn't turn away. The voice of forever in the chords he played. Not a curse, not a blessing, just the truth so near. When death came singing, I could finally hear. they show up to pray, tell them they're late. I've already made my peace in gunpowder and hay. Don't call me saint, don't call me son. I bled for every wrong I've done. You want clean stories, find another man. I burn my halo with my own hand. Don't light my funeral, don't play it sweet. Don't turn my dirt to something neat. Say I fought, say I sinned, say I spit in fate's grand, but don't you dare make me holy again. I drank my truth, I fought my kin. Never begged a God to let me win. The road raised me, the grave will feed, but I never knelt and I never plead. Don't light my funeral, don't fix my name, don't dress my fire, enter in another man's shame. Say I laughed when I should have bled, say I lived too hard instead. Tell the preacher I won't stay down, tell the worms I'll take their crown. If truth hurts, let it bite, I ain't looking for no light. Don't light my funeral, don't bow your head. I ain't gon' quiet, I ain't dead. I'm the gunshot still hanging in the wind, the echo that don't give in. Came from dust, from rust and bone. No map, no mercy, just miles unknown. Carved my name in the devil's grin, with blood-soaked hands and a whiskey sin. No savior rides where I bled, just ash in the words I never said. I don't pray, I don't run, I ride with ghosts and a loaded gun. So let the sky burn red tonight, no savior rides, and I don't fight fair fights. They hung my kin on lies and steel, called it justice, called it real. But I don't break, I bite and burn, I don't stop till the vultures turn. No savior rides where I bled, just echoes of the damned instead. I don't kneel, I don't cry, I spit at the heavens when I ride by. So mark my grave in firelight, no savior rides, just my war and my right. You want the truth, it's carved in scars, in outlaw roads
roads and broken bars. I kissed the reaper, didn't blink, taught him fear, made him think. Build their churches on my bones, but I'll haunt the stone with fire and moans. A storm that won't forgive or sleep, a reckoning that cuts too deep. No savior rides where I bled, just the thunder rolling overhead. I don't pray, I don't run, I ride with ghosts and a loaded gun. Let the winds howl one last ride, no savior rides, and I'm gone by first light.
They say there's evil in the fine print. Well, I inked it on my skin. I never begged for mercy, brother. Ain't starting now, won't begin. Every scar I wear's a story. Every bullet knows my name. You think the devil's hiding somewhere? Look closer, I'm to blame. They say the devil's in the details. Brother, I am the details. Every dark road, every shadow, I'm the truth that never fails. Whiskey words and pistol promises, every sin behind your trails. They say the devil's in the details. Brother, I am the details. Ain't no saint who walked my journey, no preacher dared my path. I play cards with death and want 'em, lost angels do the math. You read my sins like scripture, each verse carved in bone. The devil took notes beside me, but the details are my own. They say the devil's in the details. Brother, I am the details. Every dark road, every shadow, I'm the truth that never fails. Whiskey words and pistol promises, every sin behind your trail. They say the devil's in the details. Brother, I am the details. When judgment comes knocking, let it pound upon my door. I never hid from consequences, details settle every score. They say the devil's in the details. Brother, I am the details. Every dark road, every shadow, I'm the truth that never fails. Whiskey words and pistol promises, every sin behind your trail. They say the devil's in the details. Brother, I am the details.
was 18 when they called his name. Said he'd bring honor, said he'd bring fame. But the guns don't care who they take or spare. Cannon smoke took my son out there. Cannon smoke took my son. The war's not lost, but I've already won. No flag, no speech can make it right. When my boy fell to the endless night. His boots came home, but his body stayed in foreign dirt where young men fade. They gave me medals, they gave me lies, but none could match his mother's cries. Cannon smoke took my son. The earth still drinks but can't be undone. No hymn, no prayer can pay the cost. When the child you raised is the child you lost. The kings still stand, the generals run, but cannon smoke already won. Cannon smoke took my son. The day grew dark, the light was gone. The grave remembers, the flags decay, but my boy's voice won't fade away.
Lit a candle for a thief, burned it slow for my belief. Every flame's a little lie, every truth learns how to die. I stole my peace from broken hands, buried love in borrowed land. Night forgives what don't reveal, and mercy cuts on rusted steel. I'll light a candle for a thief, for every sin that gave me grief. The flame don't judge, the dark don't weep, they just guard the secret.
secrets I keep. Yeah, I light a candle for a thief and pray the shadows sleep. I took what wasn't mine to hold, not for greed, to stay whole. Each mile's a sin, each scar a hymn. I burned the church I found within. You can't atone in dust and rain, only learn to live with pain. And though I've stolen, bled, and lied, I still kept faith by firelight. They say thieves die cold, but I felt colder living clean. So I light a candle for a thief in a world that don't believe. The flame still flickers when I'm gone, still hums that lonesome song. Yeah, I light a candle for a thief to prove I still belong. So light a candle for a thief and let the ashes fall in peace. Every crime's a prayer half spoken, every soul a vow left broken. Yeah, I light a candle for a thief and call that mercy brief. Some fires don't burn out, they just wait. He said the good all find their rest with clean hands and holy chests. But I've seen saints with poison eyes and sinners build their alibis. He said the truth would set me free, but truth just came to bury me. I knelt in dirt, I prayed in vain. That cross don't wash away this pain. When the preacher lied, he smiled through his sin, sold my soul for silence, said he'd call it discipline. Oh, when the preacher lied, he blessed the wicked grin. Now I ride for what he hid inside. When the preacher lied. Could hide the blood he let the guilty buy. Told me, son, the Lord forgives while he judged the way I live. He built a church on borrowed bones, said confess in hollow tones, but I saw gold beneath his floor and no salvation at that door. He told me, God don't ride with thieves. Then he stole my faith and left the keys. When the preacher lied, he said, don't question why, but truth don't fear the flame, and fire don't ever die. When the preacher lied, the angels turned aside. Now I ride with my head held high, 'cause I know the preacher lied. When the preacher lied, woo.
preacher lied. When the preacher lied. When the preacher lied.
Heard your name in the iron ring, etched on the grip of a sinner's vein. Ledgers heavy, the numbers bled, every mark of prayer, the bullets read. You took my son, you burned my bread, left my house talking to the dead. I carved a road through dust and dread, for one last word we ain't yet said. I kept the oath I swore that night, in the mirror's ash and the lantern light.
Blood old, paid in lead, that's the gospel of the misled. I don't bring mercy, I bring the dead, signed in smoke, collected in red. Blood old, paid in lead, name your prayer and load your dread. The law rides late, but I ride set.
Blood old, paid in lead. Your laughter lived in a coward's throat, silver lies in a vulture's coat. You sold the town a holy tale, then nailed my heart to a crooked rail. The church bell cracked at widow's gate, the clock spat rust and counted fate. I kissed the ring I used to wear, dropped it in dust, now I ride bare. I kept the oath like steel keeps cold, like winter keeps the graveyard old.
Blood old, paid in lead, that's the hymn for the walking dead. I don't seek heaven, I seek the dead, stamped in ash where your shadow fled. Blood old, paid in lead, call your saints, call what's left. The night keeps score, I keep the rest.
Blood old, paid in lead. You can run that mouth to the canyon rim, but the echo rides back carrying him. You can hide your sins in a borrowed bed, but death finds bone and bone finds lead. I ain't wrath, I ain't grace, I'm the ink on a collector's face. Fate wrote you small in a hawk's eye thread, I bring the line where the story's read.
Blood old, paid in lead, I came to cash what the darkness said. No last sermon, no white flag spread, only the truth that kicks and begs. Blood old, paid in lead, your trail ends where my boots have bled. The dawn burns slow, the sky turns red.
Dead paid in lead.
I stepped in 'cause the storm was howling. Old phone booth standing like a grave. Dust on the dial, glass cracked and smiling like it knew the soul it came to save. I dropped my coin, the line went dead, but something answered just the same. Not a voice, just breath and silence. Like the cold, it learned my name. Death stood quiet in the booth. No lies, no lie, just truth. Didn't speak, but I
still knew the call was meant to pull me through. And I ain't hanging up, not yet, but the line's wrapped around my neck. No number left to ring for mercy, no preacher voice to pull me out, just echoes from the sins that curse me and static thick with ghostly doubt. I saw a shadow in the glass, hooded tall and still as stone. Didn't knock, didn't ask, he was waiting till I spoke alone. Death stood quiet in the booth, no fire, no chains, no proof, just the sound of nothing true, except the echo I once knew. And I ain't breathing just for breath, I've been speaking into death. They say it talks loud with pride, but silence, now that's where truth hides. And when the wind don't scream or moan, you'll find out if you dial alone. Death stood quiet in the booth, just a whisper carved in truth. Didn't speak but stole my youth, left me standing in the proof. I called out hoping for a name, but only silence ever came. Yeah, only silence ever came. They said he don't forget a name, but I never gave him mine. I rode through flame, I rode through shame, but grace still found me every time. No scripture carved across my chest, no holy book in hand, just ashes, guns, and empty threats. Still he forgave what I don't understand. I've been forgiven by God I don't believe in. Didn't ask, didn't kneel, just kept breathing. If there's a light, it ain't mine, but it followed me down every line. Don't need a cross to feel the weight, don't need a heaven to seal my fate. I've been forgiven by God I don't believe in, and I kept riding on. I cursed the sky and dared the storm.
prayed with bullets, not with songs. Still felt that wind behind my back when I should have burned and never came back. No angel's voice, no trumpet sound, just dust that rose when I fell down. But I stood up and rode away with grace I never chose to claim. I've been forgiven by God I don't believe in. No robe, no crown, no stained glass reason. I bled alone, I rode through sin, but still the road led me back in. Don't need no choir to sing my name. The silence knew and did the same. I've been forgiven by God I don't believe in, and I don't owe him a thing. So if you see me ride alone with no altar, no carved stone, just know the mercy that I hold ain't borrowed, bought, or ever sold. I've been forgiven by God I don't believe in. Didn't bow, didn't break, didn't need him, but still I carry what he gave, even if I don't know the name. So carve my sins in burning dust, but leave the rest to fire and rust. I've been forgiven by God I don't believe in, and I ride with that alone. Walked away, I didn't chase. Your shadow burned into that place. The night grew cold, the ground grew still, and I became a ghost against my will. That don't repair. The stars looked down, they turned their face. The moon refused to hold my grace. The wind just whispered what I knew. I died the moment I lost you. Whoa. Chained to a side
Some men ride, some men pray. Me, I never walked away. I died where you left me standing. Roots in the dust, no understanding. Time moved on, but I stayed there, chained to a silence that don't repair.
Run if you want, debts don't run. You thought the years could buy you grace, but the past still knows your face. Every promise you betrayed is a shadow that never fades. Debts don't die, they get collected by the hands you least expected. No prayer, no coin can shield your soul when the reaper comes to take his toll. I kept your name in the blackest book, every corner, every hook. And when you sleep, you'll hear my stride. The debt you owe, I'll never hide. Debts don't die, they get collected. Blood is due, and it's respected. The road is long, but justice rides, and every sin is itemized. Ink can fade, but lead survives. Every lie a man contrives. Run from fate, it still detects. Debts don't die, they call for checks. Debts don't die, they get collected. Every scar, every soul connected. No grave too deep, no time protects. Debts don't die, they get Run if you want, debts don't run. Debts don't die, they get collected. Every scar, every soul connected. No grave too deep, no time protects. Debts don't die, they get collected. Run you want, debts don't run. Oh, I don't bleed red, brother. Mine pours slow and burn.
blood type is whiskey. It runs through my veins. Every drop is fire. Every shot's my name. The doctor said, son, you're half a man. But the bottle made me whole again. Silver Cross can't cure this thirst. I was born baptized in amber first. Test me, break me, cut me deep. It won't be red that you'll see bleed. Truth ain't clean, it burns like sin. This whiskey blood don't wash away within. No saint, no savior, no holy hymn, just smoke-filled lungs and a bottle of gin. But whiskey's the gospel I understand. It steadies my soul and it steadies my hand. It's the only cure I've known. If I die with a bottle, I won't die alone. Amber veins, a sinner's creed. Pour me out, watch me bleed. My blood type is whiskey. Don't matter what they say, I'll ride with the bottle till it takes me away. Don't check my pulse, check the glass. I've seen them all. Some leave quiet, some leave screaming. I've seen mothers clutch a child's name, whisper prayers through the cold and rain. I've seen brothers curse at the ground like it stole the only friend they found. Some stare empty, some can't stand, some leave roses in a shaking hand. And I've heard the kind of silence loud that can crush a soul without a sound. I've seen every kind of goodbye, tears and rage under the same gray sky. Some kneel, some turn and walk away, but the ground don't care what words they say. I've seen men drink till the pain got numb, and wives who swore they'd join them soon.
I've seen kids throw stones 'cause they don't yet know that the dirt don't care if the pain will grow. I've seen laughter cut through grief like it's the only way to get relief. I've seen hands too tired to cry just lay a flower and say goodbye. I've seen every kind of goodbye, tears and rage under the same gray sky. Some kneel, some turn and walk away, but the ground don't care what words they say. Some say it's mercy, some say it's crime, some swear it's just the hands of time. But I've stood here for every kind, and the ground don't change its mind. I've seen every kind of goodbye, tears and rage under the same gray sky. Some kneel, some turn and walk away, but the ground don't care what words they say. Dust in my blood, fire in my hand. That's how I became a dangerous man. I rode through nights where the sun won't rise, spat at the preacher, cursed the skies, buried my mercy, burned my plan. That's how I became a dangerous man. That's how I became a dangerous man. Forged by the dirt, the fire, the sand. The world took all, I took my stand. That's how I became a dangerous man. Whoa, whoa, hey. Whiskey don't wash, bullets don't lie. I learned my gospel from wolves that cry. No cross, no crown, no guiding hand. That's how I became a dangerous man. That's how I became a dangerous man. Ashes and scars carved who I am. The law don't call, the saints don't stand. That's how I became a dangerous man. Steve
That's how I became a dangerous man. Born of the dust, the fire, the sand. The earth won't heal, the sky won't span. That's how I became a dangerous man. They burned the books, they broke the bones, but the songs kept writing. They silenced the preachers, they silenced the crowd, hung every outlaw who sang too loud. But fire can't swallow what the wind still hums. A song don't die, it just bites its tongue. This is the music they couldn't kill. Blood on the strings, but it's breathing still. Buried in dust, forgotten by will. But the outlaw hymn keeps howling still. They tore down the chapel, they shot up the band, left ashes and echoes all over the land. But the night remembers, the walls still shake. Every note's a ghost they could not take. This is the music they couldn't kill. It rides through the smoke and the silence still. Broken but burning, ragged but real. The outlaw hymn keeps howling still. You can bury the singer, you can break his hand, but the song outlives every law of man. Ashes fade, but the echo remains. A haunted refrain in a world of chains. This is the music they couldn't kill. It bleeds in the shadows, it's breathing still. Stronger than fire, sharper than steel. The outlaw hymn keeps howling still. You can kill a man, but not his song. Every mind borrows from fate, but fate always collects. I carved my oath on broken stone, carried sins I don't disown. Every lie I let slip through came back louder, came back due. No coin can pay, no preacher's word. Only fire makes the balance hurt. This day
vultures fly, every promise turned to lies. But justice, don't forget its name. It's written down in smoke and flame. No mercy barred, no soul can run. The reckoning's already done. This debt will be paid in blood, not in silence, not in mud. Every man must face his end when the reaper comes to collect again. Kidney shoes and the roof still leaks. Boss wants more by the end of the week. The bank keeps calling, bills don't bend, and the road just starts with the prayers in. I ain't breaking, I ain't beat, just a man standing on his own 2 feet. Ain't a man, just the weight he carries, blood and bone, no crown, no parish, ain't no rest when the world gets heavy. Just hold that line and keep it steady. Wife says, baby, you look worn thin. I say I'll rest when the work gives in. Dreams cost more than they ever should, but a man does wrong trying to do good. Ain't no map, ain't no key, just faith and fire and memory. Ain't a man, just the weight he carries. Truth don't shine, it stains and tarries. Ain't no road that don't get muddy. Still I walk, still I'm bloody. Yeah. Some nights I drink, some nights I pray. Both sound the same when they fade away. But come the dawn, I stand again. Ain't no quitting what I am. The load gets heavy, but I don't fall. The dust don't judge, it just takes it all. Ain't a man, just the weight he carries. Life don't care, it don't ask, it buries. But I ain't breaking, I ain't done. Just a man who don't outrun the sun. Yeah. dry rivers and burning plains. Chase my sins through the smoke and rain. But the dirt beneath these boots of mine still owns my blood, still draws the line. If I forget the land that raised me, let the thunder drag me down. If I turn from the dust that made me, bury me face to the ground. I've seen cities built on stolen bones. Preachers preach what the devil owns, but the stars I knew still spell my name, and they'll burn till I'm reclaimed. If I forget the land that raised me, let the storm take what it's due. If I turn from the dust that made me, then I'm already through. Beside my ears, for a man ain't lost when the reaper knows the place his shadow goes. If I forget the land that raised me, let the thunder strike me blind. If I turn from the dust that made me, there are no souls left to find. Yeah. Let the dirt remember me. When I die, bury me out on the plain. When I die, don't lay me down in no cold church or crowded town. Take me where the wind cuts free, where the road runs off to the edge of me. When I die, bury me out on the plain, where the wild dust carries my name. No stone, no prayer, no gilded chain, just the sky, the wind, and the open plain. Let the crows be my only choir. Let the sunset be my fire. No preacher's words,
no mourners near, just the truth I carried here. When I die, bury me out on the plain, where the wild dust carries my name. No stone, no prayer, no gilded chain, just the sky, the wind, and the open plain. I rode this land, I took my stand, and I won't be bound by any man. Lay my head where the grass still grows, my boots facing west, where the red sun goes. If my ghost rides back through here, tell it nothing but the wind to hear. When I die, bury me out on the plain, where the wild dust carries my name. No stone, no prayer, no gilded chain, just the sky, the wind, and the open plain. When I die, bury me out on the plain. When I die, bury me out on the plain. The soldier stared with a broken grin, said, I don't care where I've been, but if you're here to settle the score, tell me straight, who won the war? Who won the war? Who claimed the land? Who took the crown from a dying hand? I gave my blood, but I need to know more. Tell me, Reaper, who won the war? He showed his scars, he showed his pain, said, don't let my fight be all in vain. The banners burned, but I still swore, you'd tell me true, who won the war? Who won the war? Who claimed the land? Who took the crown from a dying hand? I gave my blood, but I need to know more. Tell me, Reaper, who won the war? The Reaper smirked, said, son, you bled, but the earth don't care which flag is red. Who won the war? Who claimed the land? Who took the crown from a dying hand? I gave my blood, but I need to know more. Who won the war? Who won the war?
Mama kept the Bible on the table, said, boy, don't drag your sins inside. But I came home with mud and thunder, walking in like I never tried. Every page she turned was shaking like the truth was scared of me. And I knew the man I'd grown into ain't the man she tried to teach. I ain't holy, never claimed it, but I stand where the shadows kneel. Bootprints on the Bible, I ain't hiding where I've been. If the saints don't want my story, let the sinners call me king. You can judge me by the dirt, you can curse me for the track, but I'm walking on with purpose, and I ain't taking nothing back. They say a man should bow for mercy, but mercy never bowed for me. I've drowned in whiskey, fire, and choices, rising up where the dead can't see. That holy book still holds my footprints, marked like scars across the spine. Proof a man can walk through heaven and still choose his own design. If salvation waits to judge me, tell it I don't break or kneel. Bootprints on the Bible, let the righteous raise their hands. I'll be standing with the broken, where the truth still understands. If my sins are carbon pages, let them write them all in black, 'cause I'd walk that road again and never take a footprint back. I've walked through fire that saints avoided. I've lived through nights the angels voided. But a man who stands in darkness learns the shadows he supported. Bootprints on the Bible, ain't no hymn that fits my name, but I'm stronger than the silence, and I'm louder than my shame. If redemption ever finds me,
They say God's got patience for every man. Guess he's still waiting on me.
I've prayed in bars, I've sinned in pew, walked both sides of holy truth, kissed the cross, broke the vow, and I ain't seen his mercy now. The sky's been quiet for too long. I hear my name, but not his song. If grace was meant for men like me, it got lost somewhere past mile 3. 'Cause God don't wait for outlaws, he just lets the wind decide. We ride through fire and empty loss till even faith gets tired. Yeah, God don't wait for outlaws, he lets the storm baptize. I've seen angels with whiskey eyes, blessed in smoke and alibis. They said turn back, I said too late. There's blood and truth on both my gates. The road remembers every prayer that died before it reached the air. And somewhere out where heaven fades, the Lord still weighs the mess he made.
He don't chase men like me. He just waits for the dust to settle.
'Cause God don't wait for outlaws, he don't send no sign. We make our peace with the dirt and blood and call that righteous time. Yeah, God don't wait for outlaws, he lets the silence shine. Writes our names in sound. If he ever finds me, tell him I never stop riding. Heaven slammed the door, hell said, son, we're full. Guess I'm stuck here raising ghosts till dawn. I've done more wrong than right by miles. I paid my dues in blood and smiles. Angels crossed the street when I passed by. Even the devil said, boy, not this guy. Hell ain't hiring, heaven don't call. Guess I'm stuck riding between them all. Too bad, too loud, too late to mend. Guess I'll work the dust till the bitter end. Got no saint's name, got no plan, just scars where I shook God's hand. Whiskey pays my ties at night and sin still tips me right. Hell ain't hiring, heaven won't pay. Guess I'll haunt my own damn way. The smoke I breathe, my only choir, singing burn, slow burn higher. Preacher said repent. I said for what? If mercy's a job, I ain't been sought.
Some folks work for love, some for gold. Me, I work, 'cause I'm too damn old. Hell ain't hiring, but I still roam, building graves I call my home. Heaven's closed and I don't care. I'll keep sinning in the open air. I left the cross back by the sign, said my prayers in dust and brine. Too many ghosts on this long line, and mercy ain't one of mine. Headlights cut through the rain, every mile whispers your name. You thought I'd fade, thought I'd forgive, but ghosts like me still live. No mercy, mile marker 9, where I buried what was mine. You can run, the stars all die, vengeance rise with time. No mercy, mile marker 9. The road remembers every lie. I've seen the best men kneel and fall, heard the preacher's hollow call. He said forgive, I said too late. The devil's leaning on my fate. Wind in my coat, blood in the sky. Then I don't need to ask me why. I don't shoot to feel alive, I shoot so memory survives. No mercy, mile marker 9, where the saints all quit the line. You can't hide in grace or cry, but judgment knows your kind. No mercy at mile marker 9. Remembers every lie. There's blood on the moon and smoke in the pine. I left your name in a broken sign. If God's still watching, he'll turn away, 'cause mercy don't live here today. At mile marker 9, I paid my dues in fire and time. Every mile's a line I cross, every prayer another loss. No mercy at mile marker 9. Just the truth you left behind.
Don't fear the truth, no matter how bitter. It's the only thing that don't burn quicker. I've lied to ghosts, I've prayed to clay, watched good men turn their hearts away. But every sin I tried to hide came crawling out beneath the light. Don't fear the truth, no matter how bitter. It cuts like steel, but it burns you cleaner. You can run, you can drink, you can beg to forget, but the truth will ride beside you, yeah. I saw a preacher choke on his grace, a lawman cry with a sinner's face. We're all the same when the day bleeds red, only truth stands when the lies are dead. Don't fear the truth, no matter how bitter. It don't break easy, it don't get thinner. You can curse the wind, you can damn the rain, but the truth don't care who feels the pain. The truth don't whisper, it waits till you fall, then it names you once and for all. I've worn my guilt like a wedding band, I've washed my hands in desert sand, but every lie left one more scar. And truth still found me where I are. Don't fear the truth, no matter how bitter. It's the only fire that makes you better. Let the reaper come, let the night draw near. Truth already took what I held dear. Don't fear the truth, no matter how bitter. Swallows alive. His scythe was sharp, his rope pulled tight. I asked him straight how many before me. He grinned, boy, enough to fill the sea. I asked how many he took before me, how many names lost to dust and story. He just smiled and sipped his drink, said more than you can bear to think. I asked how many he took before me, and he just rode on silently. Beside him through the hollow plain, counting shadows, counting names. But he never answered, never slowed his pace. Just Just let the wind cover every trace.
asked how many he took before me, how many hearts he left in the quarry. He just smiled and sipped his drink, said more than you can bear to think. I asked how many he took before me, and he just rode on silently. Said, tell me, Reaper, do you even keep score? He said, only the ones who wanted more. The rest are bones, the rest are gone. Some stories ride, but most move on. I asked how many he took before me, how many souls with dust-soaked glory. He just smiled and tipped his glass, said your time will come, but not this pass. I asked how many he took before me, and he just rode on silently.
I buried my sins where the coyotes hide, under that cross on the county line. Thought the dirt could keep them blind, but the ground remembers every crime. It whispers names I tried to drown, turns my sleep to sacred ground. The wind blows cold, the past still sweats, 'cause grave dust don't forget.
Grave dust don't forget.
It clings to every breath. You can cover your tracks in blood and sweat, but grave dust don't forget. Change my name, but the ashes still spell out my shame. Every mile's a sermon said by a ghost that won't stay dead. The preacher prays, the bells all toll, but the dirt still owns my soul. I tried to run, the wind just laughed and followed me down my path. I thought the earth forgave. Turns out it just keeps score.
Grave dust don't forget.
It waits till the rain has set, when the thunder calls you dead. Grave dust don't forget. What the living still regret. It'll rise when you think you're clean, drag your name through what's between. Yeah, grave dust don't forget, and I ain't forgiven yet. It remembers where you stand.
He said your sun's falling, your ride is near. But I just smile and sip my beer. I've outrun storms, I've outlasted regrets, and this ain't my sunset yet. Ain't my sunset yet. I got dust left, I got some sweat. The reaper waits, but I won't bow. I'm still riding anyhow. Ain't my sunset yet. And I won't go just 'cause he said. He told me, boy, I've marked your trail. I've watched you fall, I've heard you wail, but I tipped my hat, I paid my debt. Said it ain't my sunset yet. Ain't my sunset yet. I got dust left, I got some sweat. The reaper waits, but I won't bow. I'm still riding anyhow. Ain't my sunset yet. And I won't go just 'cause he said. I told him I'll ride until the whiskey's dry, till the wind forgets my name and sky. When I burn out, you'll know the set, but it sure ain't my sunset yet. Ain't my sunset yet. I got dust left, I got some sweat. The reaper waits, but I won't bow. I'm still riding anyhow. Ain't my sunset yet. I got dust left, I got some sweat. The reaper waits, but I won't bow. I'm still riding anyhow. Ain't my sunset yet. And I won't go just 'cause he said it.
I used to mark the nights by the wounds I wore. Every mile was just another war. But one pale dawn broke through my chest, showed me scars don't know what's left. Now I'm counting sunrise instead of scars, trading heavy nights for a softer start. The road still cuts, but the light heals fast, and I'm stronger for the pain that's past. I used to drink my grief till the bottom bled. Every shadow whispered what I should have said. But the morning comes, it don't ask why. It just paints the truth across the sky. Now I'm counting sunrise instead of scars, learning mercy where the old wounds are. And that still lingers, but it don't last. And I'm lighter for the weight I carry.
tomorrow fades, I still believe that light was always chasing me. Now I'm counting sunrise instead of scars, living softer, holding love in my arms. The road still bends, but I'll ride it fast, 'cause I'm brighter for the dark that's past.
Low thunder hum, every man pays what he owes. Some in silver, some in blood. Me, I just been paying slow. I kept a list carved in my mind of every ghost I left behind, each name a wound that never healed, each day to deal the dark concealed. The preacher said my soul's still worth, but hell collects what earth gives birth. And somewhere down this broken line, there's a debt with my name on the sign. There's a debt with my name on it, and the ink runs black tonight. I tried to pay with mercy, but mercy don't make it right. There's a debt with my name on it, and every mile's a price I write. I bury gold, I bury pain, they both came digging up again. The road remembers, the wind don't lie, it whispers what you tried to hide. The devil laughs where angels fall, keeps my ledger on his wall. And every shot, every line, he marks it down one more time. There's a tab with my name on it, and I'm done pretending blind. The Lord can't keep his promise, I've got my own to find. There's a debt with my name on it, and I'm settling it in kind. I don't need no preacher's word, I don't need no holy sign. The Lord can judge when I'm long gone, but tonight the bill's mine. There's a debt with my name on it, written in thunder and flame. If I fall before it's paid, just carve that on my name. There's a debt with my name on it, and I'm the one to blame. Some debts die slow, this one rides with me. I've been buried by the best of them, left for dead in shallow lives. But every time the dirt gets thrown, I claw my way back to the sky. You can try to drag me under, but I'm made of fire and stone. Dirt doesn't keep a good man down. I rise from where the dead men drown, kick the dust right off my name, walk through hell like it's my ground. If the world wants me forgotten, tell it I don't wear no crown. But dirt don't keep a good man, don't keep a good man down.
graveyard, voices calling me to stay. But I ain't built for rotting quiet, I'm built to fight another day. You can throw your stones and curses, they just sharpen who I am. Dirt doesn't keep a good man down. I push back when pressure pounds, break the chains and shake the rust, turn my scars to battlegrounds. If they think I'll bow for darkness, watch me tear the whole night down. 'Cause dirt don't keep a good man, don't keep a good man down. Keep a good man down, not a man built to survive.
Asked him how many names you left behind. He just stared at the dust and the broken sky. Said some I remember, some I don't, some beg to stay, but most won't. How many names you left behind, how many hearts you didn't mind. The road forgets, but the wind still finds the names you left behind. He said, boy, they chase me, they call my name, but I ride alone through the ash and flame. Some scratch the dirt, some leave no sound, some just vanish in the ground. How many names you left behind, how many hearts you didn't mind. The road forgets, but the wind still finds the names you left behind. I said, do you carry the weight of the ones you take? He laughed, no boy, the weight is what you make. I ride through names like I ride through rain. It's you who carries the chain. How many names you left behind, how many hearts you didn't mind. The road forgets, but the wind still finds the names you left behind. I was raised where the cross leans crooked, where men don't pray, they bargain blood. Mama said, boy, keep your hands off trouble, but trouble kept dragging me through the mud. And every lie I bury still claws in the dark. Every sin I carry cops stealing my heart. Burn the heaven out of me. I ain't kneeling down for mercy. If a man's got fire in his bones, let it blaze till the world can't hurt me. I ain't begging, I ain't breaking. This soul was never free. If redemption wants to take me, it'll have to burn the heaven out of me. I've dug graves for the parts I hated, left them out where the coyotes howl. Lost my name in a deal half broken, but the devil still wants me now. I got smoke in my veins and ash in my past, but a man who fears fire don't ever outlast. Burn the heaven out of me. I was forged with a righteous hand. If the preacher wants my story, tell him sin is my oldest friend. I ain't holy, I ain't chosen, but I stand like I'm meant to be. If salvation comes to claim me, it'll have to burn the heaven out of me. Oh, I'll walk through storms that took good men. Ooh, I bled through nights that never end. But I rise again. Not forgiven, just unbroken. Burn the heaven out of me. Turn my scars into boundary lines. I'll ride with the damned and the broken till the darkness finally shines.